All right, everybody, welcome to Bitten Apple TV. This is Marty Grabstein, the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog. And I'm over here with Chantel, Ralph, and Leslie, and we're gonna start the show right now.
Hi everybody, this is Les, aka SistaSlayer, here with the Bitten Apple TV in conjunction with It Came From the Radio. And we are here once again at the PhillyCon, the Greater PhillyCon at Source Point Press. And we came across one of the amazing artists at Source Point Press, Mr. Bloom here. And he actually has drawn, one of the things that really drew me to what his artistry was the retro of it. So we were looking at, in particular, this Gotham and the back core. Also, though, one of the things that I really drew my attention was this, and we were talking about this. And we're going to talk a little bit, too, about his Robot a Day challenge that he did for himself. But tell me, why is it that you decided that you wanted to do more of a retro type of art?
I really like a lot of the old stuff. That's why I became an artist, was all the old stuff in comics in general. Loved reading them as a kid, loved the art, tried to my best to mimic the art, and eventually went to college for art, not thinking I would make comics. It was just, I want to be an artist. And eventually my path led me to comics, so it's kind of a full circle thing. But the thing that I remember the most about reading comics as a kid were the old ads, like we're talking about Sea Monkeys and Spy Kit and X-ray specs and all of those things, all the things that I always wanted, and I was heartbroken to find out that my comics were so old that those offers were no longer valid.
And you had to save a lot of box tops for those too.
Yes, true. That's also true. And you know, my parents would never buy all those things that had the box tops, so I never achieved my dreams of owning my own set of X-ray specs. But anyway, so I thought it would be fun to make up some old stuff. I love old propaganda posters like World War II, World War I, and so the Gotham piece and the backcore were just kind of reflecting that. I did a ton of research, like looking at old stuff to try to get that same feel and same style, and I love the animated Batman series, so trying to incorporate the two of those. And I have a bit of a cartoonish style, so they kind of lend themselves to each other. I just thought it'd be a fun piece to do.
I like the fact that it's a lot of primary colors. This is the thing, you know, back in the day, primary colors were huge in drawing and any of the things that you did. And yet and still, it was still very graphically beautiful, even though they used just the reds, the yellows, the blacks, and stuff like that. I mean, now there are other colors, but the beauty behind all of this art is the fact that it's just so rich. It's rich and it's warm. It gives you like a warm feeling, you know, to read it. I would definitely want to pick up a comic that was wrapped like this. Definitely would. Now, you told me something about that you did a Robot a Day challenge. So tell me a little bit about that, about your hand over a robot and that you drew a robot every day. We really like this little robot right here.
That's actually one of the pieces that I did. I did a robot. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. There's a reason why I chose to do a robot a day. One, I love robots, like watching Lost in Space as a kid, and
you just took me back. Let's stop right there. I want to know what you think about the new version that's on Netflix.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my queue, along with about 1,000 other things that I, have in all my infinite free time as an artist. I have just to sit and watch TV.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I sit and watch TV. I don't have time.
So yeah, my queue is just piling up because I'm like, I've got 10 minutes. I can watch I should probably draw instead. So it's piling up. I haven't been able to see it, but I do want to see it so badly, just because that was one of my favorite shows as a kid. Watching.
I love this man because already we love two things together: this and the fact the old advertisement here and Lost in Space, which I used to play Penny on the playground every day at school. Okay.
I watched like Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon.
Yes.
So those are some of the stuff from my childhood as well. And then the '60s Batman, of course.
Yeah.
That's all stuff that I remember. And it was syndicated by the time I got to watch it, but still, I loved all of those things. But the Robot a Day, on January 1st last year, I decided I was going to try to challenge myself to do a Robot a Day. And my initial thought was like, I'll just do a quick pencil sketch, just a little robot. That's good enough. That lasted about 4 days. And then by the 5th day, I was like, well, I'll probably do more. So then I started inking them. And that lasted maybe another few days. And like, I should probably do a little bit more. And it eventually turned into full-blown watercolor on every single day. But it was a good challenge because as an artist, if you talk to any other artist, if you walk and say, how do you become a better artist? They'll tell you, draw every day. And I did. And I still do. And but I could see the improvement from those like first few little robots to the final piece that I did. It was like just...
Take a look at the final piece we did to it.
Actually, you want to see the original?
Yeah, let's look over here at the original. This was the final piece after the robot challenge. This is so gorgeous. And this is a watercolor, right?
Yeah, it's all watercolor, ink and watercolor. Like I said, I got a little carried away, especially with this piece.
No.
Most of the time it was supposed to be my warm-up sketch in the morning, and I found myself putting a little bit too much time into them every day, but it was a lot of fun.
You know what? They're celebrating because you brought them to life.
Exactly. That's what I thought they were just happy. I thought they were more happy that I was finally done with the challenge. And it was fun. I got a lot of followers on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. I can set this down if you like. But their big question was like, what are you going to do for 2018? And I was like, take a break.
They probably want to see what you're going to create in 2018.
Excited to do a little bit more. I've taken a little bit of a break, but I'm hoping to get something going again. Just daily sketches, nothing super big planned right now. I'm in the process of working with one of the writers on SourcePoint Press on a book, which does involve robots. So that was part of the reason of trying to do a robot a day challenge. It was kind of fun. One of the balloon robot that you like so much, along with one of the other robots, there's somebody has both of those tattooed on them right now. So I've had fans that liked them so much that they have my robots tattooed.
So it was a good challenge. It ended up being something that was a very good challenge. Now, speaking of social media, where can we find you a little bit more yard if you're going to do another challenge? And what is it that you're actually going to be working for SourcePoint Press? What are you going to be working on as far as drawing?
I'm working on a book with Greg Wright, who wrote Monstrous, and oh my gosh, my mind went blank. Holliston. So we're kind of working through it right now. Hopefully, I don't know, have a date of when it will be out, but it will involve robots. The script is finished, and it's basically waiting on me. So I just got to stop dragging my feet and.
That should be easier for you to do. You draw great robots.
Thanks.
And where can we find you on social media?
Social media, on Twitter at Rich E. Bloom, and not Richie, but Rich, the letter E, and Bloom. And then on Instagram at Retrobot Art. And then my website is retrobotart.com.
Okay, guys, you heard it. There he is. He is a beautiful artist. We can't wait to follow him. We can't wait to see what you're going to be, what's coming up around the corner for you. And we're going to definitely follow him because this is a man after my own heart. So I'm definitely going to follow after this guy. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Who loves bitten apple?
Oh, Kel loves bitten apple. I do. Ooh. The bitten apple, y'all.